All right, what's up, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. I'm going to give a really great in-depth breakdown of Carnival Cruise Lines, okay, CCL. Just want to give a shout out that I do viewer requests every single week. So, if you guys have any requests for the next stock you want to see in the next video, make sure to comment down below. All right. We're going to start off by looking at the 3-year weekly chart, just so we can get a good trend sense of the some of the macro trends. Okay. So what we have here is we have this long-term pattern that's been setting up over the past few years. Nice little symmetrical triangle, and we're looking for a break to the upside, okay, into this supply zone, or right, or a look to the break to the downside in this demand zone, right? Um, and we can see that we have now come down and we are now testing the bottom levels of this demand zone. This is an area that really has my interest, right? Because the risk to reward ratio is pretty well defined, right? If you enter here towards the bottom of the supply zone near 785, you can have a stop loss shortly below there at like 750 or even $7. And potentially try to ride the momentum back up to the top of this demand zone in 1328. As this is an area where we have seen in the past, price has bounced and recovered from. So, we may consolidate in here further before making a move to the upside out of this demand zone if there's enough buying pressure and enough demand to, break us out of these levels. But in the meantime, we're most likely are going to consolidate in between here unless things get worse and we break below 785, and just really start to trade under there and turn 785 into a long-term macro resistance level. Okay. One thing that's very nice on a large time frame, okay, even though we do see the breakdown, we have a bearish breakdown of the pattern. A lot of times there tends to be a retest of this trend line. So you could, extend this drawing to the right, and there's a potential that we may find some demand in here at these price levels, come back up to retest this trend line and get rejected along this line again. All right. So that's just one potential. Okay. One thing I really, really like about this one, and one thing that's really got my eye on it, is there's some bullish divergence. Okay, that occurs when the stock price is making, lower lows, or in this case, what it's doing is making a consistent low. So, we have our lows here on the chart. We're coming down and testing these lows again. So, the price is remaining relatively flat at these areas, but the RSI, the relative strength index, is actually increasing a lot. So we were extremely oversold at 17, and now we're just barely testing the barriers of being oversold right around 30 on the RSI. Okay. And this is a sign that you may see some bullishness in the near term future. So it's something to watch out for. It's not a 100% guarantee, but what we're doing is we're looking, starting off on the weekly, and we're seeing bullish divergence. We're going to go into the daily chart next, and there's also signs of bullishness possibly on the daily chart. Okay. So the daily chart, here's what I want to show you guys. All right. We have, again, some nice bullish divergence on it right here. Okay. We'll go ahead and take a nice look at it. And it's going to be indicated by these yellow ovals. Okay. So I want you to notice here that we have a low, a lower low, a lower low, and a lower low. All right. If we take a look at our RSI, all right, again, we have a very nice uptrend line. Okay, we're making low, higher low, and these are about the same low as these ones. But if we start it from here, again, this is a low and a higher low, and obviously the price at this low here, okay, this is a much lower low than here. All right, so the price is dropping significantly, but the RSI is increasing, and is at a higher level, showing that there's relative strength at the price at these levels. And you notice there was a very nice rally. And these are good areas for you to look for possible short-term swing trades. Okay. Again, we're looking at the daily chart. We're seeing, here's our first bullish divergence bounce. All right. We have a nice bounce here, and we'll look at that rally real quick, and we can see, that was a nice 22% rally in the stock price. And then we come down, we dramatically make a, lower low again. All right. Again, we make low, higher low here. All right. And there's a nice rally there, about a 20% rally again. And what we're doing now is we created an even lower low at 8.1. And again, we're making higher lows. What we're doing now on the RSI is we're starting to find some support. Okay. This is our nice trend line where we're looking and we're bouncing. Okay. We bounced here once. All right. Twice now. We did dip below, all right, but it was able to break it as resistance and come back up and find support on it later. Okay, so we're going to look to see if that can continue, and if this continues to rise, that's going to be a good sign again that we may see further bullishness in the near term future. All right, this trend line is very important to me as well. It really lines up perfectly. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, touching this low to the low of this, to the body of this candle. Okay, rejecting the body of these candles, rejecting the body of these candles, hitting the lows of this candle, hitting this one, and hitting this one. Again, we did dip below it, okay, but it was a very major valid resistance level. And if we look at our RSI, that's also when we dipped below our bullish divergence trend line. Okay, so again, we dipped below it here. That could have been the buying opportunity for another potential rally that we may go on, but there's no guarantees. All right, another thing I want to show you guys, okay, is the gaps. All right, this is one gap here, this gap filled. Okay, so if you look, we dropped hard, we gapped down, okay, and eventually we came up and filled this gap on this day with these wicks. Okay, and that was a part of that big bullish divergence rally. So we had a sign of bullish divergence, we had a bullish gap up to fill that wasn't very far up from the stock, and eventually we came up and filled it. Right, again, we're seeing the same things. We're creating bullish divergence. Look at our low here, low here, low here, right? We have a new short-term bullish divergence trend line like this, okay? But I'm more interested in the long-term trend line. But again, we saw a very nice green day. Okay, it was up 1.97% on the day. If we zoom in on the 1 hour chart, I gave a nice breakdown of the inverse head and shoulders we had fire off at market open. I was able to get in at open today and catch this momentum for a nice 15% day trade. If you look at that very nice green candle, and the reason that that I entered into this trade was because we had a left shoulder here, we had a head here, we had a right shoulder forming at market open, at pre-open or pre-market, right? We opened up. Here was our neckline, okay, for us to break out, and we had a very strong breakout, and we broke past that very strong 8.7, resistance level, and we came up higher. And it was a really nice move at open. And I was like, okay, well, let me take a chance with this and get some call options. We have bullish divergence on the weekly chart, on the daily chart. We have an inverse head and shoulders bullish pattern. We're looking to, potentially have a breakout. We did get the breakout, and it was a nice, I think I got like 15% in 5 minutes. So it was a good trade and good opportunity, and I'm just going to be looking to see if there's more opportunities like that coming within the following days. Okay, that's the main thing that I'm really looking for. We can go down to the 4 hour chart, okay, and look at our 4 hour chart, and there was some nice signs, okay, that we may be having something similar repeat itself. Okay, so if we look here, we have a sharp sell-off, we have this nice box consolidation, all right, and then eventually we break out of this box consolidation for a nice rally. Okay, here we have again, this is our new sharp sell-off, right, and this is our box consolidation, and we're going to be looking to see if we can break out of this box consolidation to the upside for a potential small rally, up potentially to 10.5. All right, so that's really what I'm looking for. There's 3 stages to a reversal. There's your downtrend, there's your consolidation phase, and then there's your uptrend. All right, but there's no guarantees that this will become a reversal. We could very much consolidate and break down, continue heading lower. All right, that has been a trend lately with the stock market as a whole. It has been very hard to trade in this bear market, but I'm just trying to hopefully teach you guys and provide a little bit of education on how to do some of your own technical analysis and how they provide good setups for intraday trades and short swing trades and things like that. All right, because there's lots of opportunities in the market all over the place. Even here, guys, we're looking at the 4 hour chart now, and we're seeing bullish divergence on our 4 hour chart. Okay, we have lows here, lower lows, lows here, lower lows, and we're riding these trend lines. Okay, so we're riding this initial trend line, currently, and we have this one down here, that we also have as a support level, just in case we do break this one. We could find some support there. So, we started with the macro trend. We saw that we're in a weekly demand zone, right? So it's an area where we know that buyers have stepped in previously in the market with demand. Okay. We know that on the 4 hour chart we have bullish divergence. We have this box consolidation pattern going on. We know that on the daily chart, we have a daily gap up to fill. Okay. We also have what else on the day? We have bullish divergence on the daily chart. And we're riding this trend line very nicely and staying above it. Okay. So, you're looking to see if you get the bounce along this trend line as you create lower lows. We may possibly dip below it. Okay. 8.1 and 7.33 are going to be the major support levels. That's where I would set a stop loss at one of these levels, right? If you're looking to get into it, maybe wait to see if we get rejected sometime in the near future and find some support at 8.1. You can try to get in there, or you can try to get in around 7.33 if we drop lower. But below 7.33, I would cut the losses because that's really the demand zone there. Again, looking at that weekly chart, we'll go back to that and look at our weekly demand zone so we can get a really good grasp of the overall big picture, right? Is that, we had the COVID crash, we fell to these levels, we rallied up into the supply zone here, we sold back off, we had a bearish breakout of this pattern after trying to find support along the trend line. And, we're coming down here into an area where we may potentially get, a little bit of a dead cat bounce back up to 1328 in this demand zone, as we previously have done before. I'm not saying we will probably rally all the way back up to 24, 25 and things like that, but there is potential, we could head up to that 1328 level. All right. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to let me know what stock you want to see in the next video.